Live from the NBA Finals 2018 is presented by YouTube TV. Cable-free live TV is here. Watch every NBA Finals game live with YouTube TV. Try it now.
We continue on Game Time after game number 3. J.R. Smith bounced back a bit, had 13 points in the game, but the Cavs not enough help to get LeBron and company a win. Here's J.R. with David Aldridge.
Where does the level of frustration at how 1 and 3 have turned out when you're being in both games meet the fact that you probably could have easily won both of those games?
I think this one hurts more because it's at home. We had a lot of lapses on the defensive end, trying to switch and guys getting layups and dunks, and I think my man had like 3 or 4 of those. So I think this one takes the cake for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're a great offensive team, but when Clay and Steph aren't shooting the ball well and they still get all these layups, I mean, that's got to be doubly hurtful.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because, I mean, that's what you pray for when those guys are missing like that and playing great defense, getting offensive rebounds, getting loose balls, stuff like that. And then got a damn 7'2" guard out there cooking, so it's tough.
How tough was he to stop, obviously, making shot after shot, but it was very difficult.
Yeah, he's one of the better offensive players I've seen ever. I tell people a lot, between him and Kyrie, he's probably the toughest checks in this league, and it's tough. I mean, he's 7 foot, can handle the ball, can shoot, got a great touch around the basket, can finish, shoot free throws, makes plays for other teammates. So we just got to do a better job. I mean, we got a couple strips on him, which was good, but at the end of the day, so it's tough to contest that.
You know what
It's one thing to let Kevin Durant score all those points. This is, Chuck, what you were breaking down. That little slip screen we talked about pregame and all the effectiveness of some of these easy buckets cutting to the basket.
It's ridiculous to get a layup every single time, man.
You know, we're used to dummy offense when you go like 5 against 0.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like at times. Just dunks, layups, easy baskets at the rim, unacceptable.
Unbelievable.
And it was like almost in a football game watching a team matriculate down the field and the other one scores on 2 plays. Because the Cavs were working so hard, Chris, during all of those possessions to get buckets, and the Warriors would go down and just equal it up in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and what you don't know is, was it scheme or was it miscommunication or both? Because when you switch on the weak side, usually you stop the back cuts, and that's what they did. But these are plays when guys came together, miscommunication, and a lot of times you don't need to switch anyway with Kevin Love. We talked about this before the game, out onto a Curry, and it seems like guys started doubting each other, doubting the system or doubting whatever they were trying to do, and then at the end it turned to miscommunication. All those layups, no excuse for it. But give Golden State a lot of credit because Golden State could have fell for it by just trying to play hero ball and each guy go for it. They kept passing the ball. They kept getting others layups. And when you're a guy that's looking for your shot like a Curry, you love teammates that find you and get you some easy ones. Then it makes it easy when you're 0 for 9 to knock down that 10th one.
But those are the kind of adjustments coaches need to make, right, in the middle of the series?
I got to call out the Cavs coaches to sit there and let them run the same play over and over and get a layup every time and don't make any adjustments. That's just bad coaching, plain and simple. As a coach, you call timeout. If it worked one time, okay, we made a mistake. If it works twice, you got to call timeout and start switching bodies out there. Even guys who can't play say, hey, guys, I'm going to put somebody in there. We can't give them a layup every single time. Plain and simple. That was ridiculous.
And it's amazing, too, for Golden State on the flip side. When you move the basketball, you move it from side to side. Most teams can't defend movement.
Yes.
There's a handful of teams. I think Houston's one of them. There's a handful of defensive teams that can guard, particularly in the playoffs where you really know what a team's going to do. But Cleveland, they've struggled all year with their defense. That was the one area that you kept thinking at some point it was going to come back to hurt them.
You can play bad defense. You just can't give a layup after layup.
No, I agree. I agree.
That's ridiculous.
And that's unacceptable in the finals.
In the finals,
like that's crazy to me.
And it ain't like it was trickeration. Right. It's just like let's just go across each other, and they'll be looking around like, oh, we supposed to switch.
Right. And one of the things we talked about before the game, I think, is why Cleveland got out to a big lead, is because they played off their energy.
Right.
Right? And you kept saying guys have to come in and just play hard. Well, you mentioned Bell. All he did was play hard, but he got some big temp dunks. You mentioned JaVale McGee. All he did was play hard, and he got a couple offensive rebounds. And I think Cleveland, along with some changes should have been made, got away from just doing the tough things, diving on the floor, playing hard, keeping the crowd in the game. Just the energy type things, it seems that they got beat on in their home court, and that as a team is embarrassing.
And you know that thing we did before the game with Dominique and Dennis Scott?
Yes.
The Cavs played defense like Dominique and Dennis Scott.
Oh, man.
If they would have jumped
Bones,
like
he was in there.
and shot like 3D, they might have won the game.
Yes.
We got more coming up from both sides at the Q. Game time continues after the Cavs lose Game 3.